So APGI virtual series. Today's topic of discussion will be Agile certifications. Is that a fad? Is that something which is booming right now, and we all are kind of catching up with the speed, or catching up with the fad, or is it really the future for everybody? You, me, everybody, whoever is in the Agile fraternity. So that is where Venkat is going to unveil a lot of facts, and he'll unveil what are the certifications available. He'll also let us know how do we approach these. He possibly would have put a nice content around that. We will all see how that's going to go for the next 45 minutes or so. Now, before that, just the flow of discussion today. I don't want to call it an agenda, considering we all are agilists and we don't have a full-fledged plan. We will be inspective and pragmatic here. But just to give you a little flow of how the discussion flows, we welcome you all, which I've done. And I'll take you through a little bit of history of APGI because it becomes very important. It is our baby, which we have nurtured since 2015, 16-ish. So it's about 4 years now. We've gotten into this group, and the group is really run by you guys. So I'll touch upon those, and Venkat is going to take us through the actual topic which you're all here for. And the last 10 minutes, we possibly will have some question and answers. Where you will all be talking to the speaker and many other folks, experts on this call. Okay, who are we? APGI is a short form for Agile Practitioners Group of India. So that is where in 2015, 16-ish, where Manju, who's on this call, Manjunath Rao, and Vijay Vade, I don't know if you guys can, if he's on call, but if you see in this picture, this guy is Manju, if you see my pointer. And of course, Vijay should be with the kid here. Yeah. So Vijay, Manju, and myself, I'm not in this picture because this was clicked in 2019 while I was not in India. So we three kind of got together and we said, okay, we need a group or a forum where we discuss, we spread Agile awareness, and we intend to make Pune known for its agility and those kind of things. That's the objective which we started APGI 4 years ago, and no regrets as on now. We have conducted 3 annual conferences. One was due this year, but unfortunately we couldn't progress with that considering the pandemic. But nonetheless, we have never turned the lights off. We wanted to keep the ball rolling. So what we did was to inspect and adapt to get into a virtual series. Now, on this call, most of you all have helped us carry out and keep the lights on. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, because this group is a volunteer-driven group. This has nothing to do with commercial benefits. We don't have any kind of commercial benefits attached to it, and every other rupee that we collect from tickets in the form of tickets or anything in the conferences will be again invested into these meetups where people can come in, goodies and those kind of things. So it is a non-profit group, and we have about 930 plus as on last month counting on Meetup. We have Telegram groups, and we don't have WhatsApp. We did have WhatsApp, but we exceeded the number of people, so we moved ourselves into Telegram. I'll show you. I'll put up a number at the end of this session. If you are interested to join the group, if you are interested to participate, contribute to Agile and Scrum community, please give us a ping. I'll be more than happy and honored to be adding you into the group, and you can start contributing, possibly as speaker in next few months on this stage, right? And we are also supported by Scrum Alliance, which I feel extremely proud of, because Scrum Alliance, as you all know, is an oldest certifying body, which Venkat will touch upon in this content. But yeah, we are supported by Scrum Alliance as a group, right? We've conducted 27 actually. This is an old slide. 24 was last count 3 months ago, after which we've conducted 3 meetups already from APGI. So we are 27 meetups so far and still counting. A little working agreement for today. When I say working agreement, just a social contract between us and yourselves. All lines will be muted until the question and answer session, unless speaker will ask you to unmute your line and answer some kind of questions he or she has got. One. Second is, if you can I understand the bandwidth will be a real issue. If you can, if it's feasible, enable your videos that can keep the interactions more lively. If not, absolutely okay. It is totally up to you and your convenience. This will be recorded. The session will be recorded and it will be put up on YouTube channel. APGA has got its own YouTube channel. It is all in all social medias. You will be able to see the recording later as well. So if you have a question, you can raise a hand on the chat, or we will be monitoring the chat, Sundar, myself, and others. We can respond to you on chat, or when speaker asks you to unmute your line to ask a question, please go for it. Unmute your line, ask a question, and mute yourself back. That's a little simple working agreement for today. And without further ado, what I will do is I will introduce you to our speaker today, who is Venkatagopalan, and he is in the UK. And this gentleman has been joining hands with me as APG UK. We also have a little group called APG UK where we participate in our catch-ups, agile discussions, etc. Where he again is a part of that, and yeah. So that's pretty much what I had before I hand it over to Venkat. Do you want to share your screen, Venkat, and go on with your introduction and get straight into the topic, Venkat?
Sure, Sri. Thanks. I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah.
Hello, all. This is Venkatagopalan, and I'm working for TCS. Currently deputed in UK for a major telecom client, and overall I have 16 plus years of experience and 7 plus years into Agile and Scrum related roles. And regarding my credentials, I have master's degree in IT and completed PMP, PSM1 and PSM2, and also planning for a few other certifications before end of this financial year. And a small disclaimer before going into our topic today. It's either myself, APGI, or UECT. We are not endorsing any certifications or any brand as part of this session. The aim is to help people find the right choice of certification, and all the information that is shared in this session is available in the public forums. Okay. Right. As part of this session, let's see some myths around the certifications and also a mindset, and let's see a high level view of some certifications offered by the organizations and benefits, along with current status of certification and expectation in future. Right. Okay. So why certifications? Right. Can someone please unmute your line and tell me like why individuals are looking for certifications? Why do we need certificates? Can someone please unmute your line and tell me?
For enhancing our career growth, to upgrade ourselves, to showcase ourselves that yeah, we have achieved this and it would help us in our career growth.
Right. Any
And
more?
hi, Venkat. So probably certifications are more towards validate our learning into what experience we have that can be validated by acquiring those certifications.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Venkat, Rohan here. I think because it is advertised in the job descriptions, right, that we need this certification.
Right, all are right, and mostly the certifications, right? All the reasons is maybe we can categorize into any of these top 3 items. Like for example, let's say you have gathered some knowledge through some informal channels for Amazon Web Service, and you are watching some videos through YouTube or attending some webinars and have enough knowledge, and you want to prove that, you will take the AWS Cloud Practitioner exam, right? That is proof of knowledge. And let's say myself, I have interest beyond IT. I have interest in investments and stock markets. So one fine day I decide I want to be a certified broker or a certified dealer. Then I'll prepare for the certifications related to that. For example, here in UK we have London Stock Exchange Group, and back in India we have National Stock Exchange, who offer certifications related to investments and trading. So I'll prepare for that. That is my aspiration. Correct. And next one, like Manju said, the job related. For example, if there is a promotion, or if you are applying for a new role, new company, and as part of that, the prerequisite is to get certification, you will take the certifications, right? So any other reasons, mostly they can be covered as part of any one of these three items, right? Okay, let's see some myths around the certifications. So I have just mentioned top five from the pro metric here, and top four mainly. And mostly they say that certificates are vendor centric. It's a myth, because maybe in the last decade, maybe when a network engineer thinks about a certification, he'll appear for CCNA and CCNP, and he'll take the entire roadmap of certification from Cisco. Right, but nowadays there is quite a lot of vendors available and different specializations around the same subject available. So it is not vendor centric anymore, and also the life cycle of the certifications are short. Again, it is no, because there are some certifications available for lifetime, and agree up to some extent. There are some certifications that we need to renew it when they are about to expire, by collecting some continuous educational points and paying a renewal fee. But in general, there are few certifications valid for lifetime also, right? And the next one is, the questions that is asked in these certification exams are not real world oriented. In the sense, like maybe in the advanced and the mastery level certifications, like mostly it is the real world scenarios, and also the base level, the foundation level certifications, maybe that will test the concepts from the bookish level. But when you go for the advanced and master level certifications, it is almost like they are real world scenarios, right? And the next one is degree versus certification versus experience. I see degree is the base qualification that anyone should have, and the experience is the knowledge that you gather, and the certification is the one that gives you the higher visibility, right? Okay, let's see an example for this. Let's say you are meeting a lookalike twins in a public place, right? Let's call them A and B. How do you identify both? Because they are lookalike, they may be of same age, they may be of same size. So how would you how can you identify whether he is A or B? Can someone please unmute your line and tell me? Any guess?
It is difficult to identify, considering A and B have the same, at least overall, you can't recognize any difference. I would say it is very difficult to recognize who is A and who is B.
Right. Okay. So in that case, you will look for some kind of visual difference, right? For example, maybe a birthmark, or yeah, scare that he got when he is playing some in the childhood days. So something, a differentiation that you will look for, right? So we can relate that differentiation to certification when you have the same kind of same amount of experience and the qualification with your peers, right? Right. The next one, if you notice, I mentioned top five, but I am displaying only four here. The fifth one I'll show now. Before that, I have a question. As soon as I mentioned that I'm going to do a certification, a friend of mine or a person next to me will ask a question. and more than a myth, I can say that is a widespread mentality. So any guess what the other person will ask me?
Does this have a scope in future?
Okay, good try. Next.
Probably any
And
easy way to crack around.
perfect. Right.
Will I
So
get a job if I do this certification?
yeah, I'm getting different answers, but the first and foremost question that the other person asks is if I have dumps. Right. So it's a widespread mentality. It's like if we have the dumps, we can get the certification. No, it doesn't work like that. So you trust your knowledge and rely on your hard work and the practice, so that you can be successful for the certifications. Right. Okay. Let's see some certificates offered by some certification bodies. The first, it all started with Certified Scrum Master from Scrum Alliance. They are offering CSM, CSPO certifications, and then Ken started Scrum.org, and they are offering PSM1, PSM2, and PSPO certifications. And also, quite a lot of other certification bodies joined the bandwagon of Agile certification, and they're offering different certificates based on the specialization. For example, Scaled Agile is offering SAFE certification, that is a Scaled Agile framework, and Kanban University offering the certifications related to Kanban. Similarly, there is quite a lot of certifications available currently in the market. Right. Let's see some certifications. Before that, all these all these certifications are offered by these certification bodies based on the Agile roles. Each and every role that is in Agile program have a specialization, and we have the certificates available, right from the dev team member to the Agile leader, right? And again, the certification bodies are offering the certification based on the competency level, right from foundation to the mastery. So we have foundation level certificates and also intermediate or advanced level certificates, and the next level is the mastery level certificates. So let's see some certificates offered now. So from Scrum Alliance, like I mentioned, if you can see here, we have the different tracks for Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Developer. We have different tracks, and there are different level of competencies. And first one is Certified Scrum Master, that is the base level certificate, and the next Advanced Certified Scrum Master, that is the intermediate level, and the Mastery level certification is the CSP Scrum Master. Same for Product Owner track also. And for developer, we have CSD. And once that is completed, that is the prerequisite for Certified Scrum Professional. Right. And also Scrum Alliance offer certificates for the Agile leadership. And if you can see here, initially they are offering certain Cal 1 and Cal 2, these two items, if you can see. And right now they have made changes to the Cal 1, and then they have further split that one into 3 certifications: Cal Essential, and Cal for Teams, and Cal for Organization. So if you are going to take this roadmap to complete Cal 2 certification, then if you have already completed Cal 1, you can appear for Cal 2. In case in future, then you may have to complete Cal Essential. Along with that, you have to complete either Cal T or Cal O, Teams or Organization, to appear for Cal 2 exam. Right. And for coaching, they have 2 certifications: Team Coach and Enterprise Coach. And for trainers, they have CST. Right. And from Scrum.org, they are also offering certification based on the roles and different competency levels. For Scrum Developer, they are offering CSD, and for Scrum Masters and Product Owners, they have 3 different levels of certifications: PSM1, PSM2, PSM3. Same for Product Owner as well. And PSM1 being the foundation level certificate, and the PSM3 being the expert level certificate. And each and every levels will have the prerequisite of completing the previous level of certificate, right? And they are also offering a scaled professional scrum that will test your knowledge around their Nexus framework. That Nexus is their scaled Scrum framework from scrum.org. And scrum.org also offers certificates for Scrum with Kanban and user experience. Along with that, they are also offering for the leadership roles, PAL. Apart from PSM and PSPO, all the other certificates right now offered by scrum.org is in level 1. So we can expect there may be advanced or mastery level certificates offered by scrum.org. So please check their websites for any updates. And also please note that certificates offered by scrum.org is not having any expiry date, so we don't need to renew. No need for renewal there, right? Okay, now let's see Scaled Agile. Scaled Agile offer safe certifications. The picture that you see here is the implementation roadmap, and this is the different courses they are offering. And you can see the different in this roadmap, you can see the different roles where they fit in the roadmap, right? Starting from leading Agile, that is the safe Agilist certification. And you have the implementation, and you have the Scrum Master. They have two different levels of certification. One is the safe Scrum Master and another one is the advanced Scrum Master. And also they have some specialist certificates like for DevOps and software engineering here. And this the roadmap that you see here is for the Safe 5 program, and there is two new certificates introduced. One is the Lean Portfolio Management and Agile Product Management. Okay, and like I mentioned previously, the certifications are not vendor centric. I can give you an example here. For example, the Safe Advanced Scrum Master have a prerequisite that you need to have a previous level of Agile certification. It doesn't mean that you need to complete only the Safe Scrum Master. Even if you have completed CSM or PSM, that is their from the other vendors, from Scrum Alliance or Scrum.org, you are eligible to appear for Advanced Scrum Master. So it is not vendor centric, right? And next one is IC Agile. IC Agile offer certifications, professional level certifications, and also expert level certifications. And for IC Agile, they are offering certifications in both Agile, Agile delivery and business agility. The one that you see right now in the screen is for the Agile delivery, and they have different tracks for product owners, delivery management track, and coaching. And also they have tracks for software engineering and testing and DevOps, right? All the certifications that you see in the wings here inside the wings, those are the professional level certifications, and the one that is on top is the expert level certification. Similarly, for business agility, they have different tracks: agility in leadership, operating with agility, and enterprise coaching for agility. And they have expert level certifications here. And for IC Agile, the certification, the professional level certification doesn't require any exams. You need to register with their member organizations, and you need to attend the certification course, and you will be offered the certification. But for the expert level, the certifications are offered for the individuals who can demonstrate their competence in real time in front of the expert panels. Right? And for the benefit of, let's keep all these expert level and advanced level certifications aside for a moment, and let's take the foundation level certificates offered by these different certification bodies. This is just for the benefit of those who are willing to take their first Agile certificate, right? So here in this list, I have included PMA ACP also. That is not a foundation level. It is little advanced, but that is the only certificate that is offered from PMA ACP. We have CSM and CSPO from Scrum Alliance, PSM and PSPO from Scrum.org. And also I have taken Scrum Master, Safe Scrum Master, and Product Owner, Product Manager from Safe, Scaled Agile, right? So if you see this, first let's talk about the training. Scrum.org offering PSM and PSPO doesn't require any formal training. You don't have to attend any mandatory courses. If you have the Scrum knowledge, you can take the exam. But all the other certifications, you need to attend a mandatory course. Let's say if you are appearing for the CSM, then you need to have 14 hours of online or 16 hours in-person training with the CST, or 25 hours with the Agile coach, right? And similarly for the Safe Scrum Master, you need to attend a 2-day mandatory course. And for PMA ACP, you need to attend 21 hours of contact class and through the registered educational provider, and you accumulate 21 PDOs. And the prerequisite for these exams, you can see like Scrum.org, it's like if you have the Scrum knowledge, and you can take the exam once you practice. And for CSM, you need to attend the mandatory course. And for SAFE, along with the mandatory courses like Scrum Master or Product Owner course, you need to show the experience in Lean Agile environment. And for PMA ACP, you need to have 8 months of Agile project experience along with 12 months of general project experience. So this is the prerequisite for the exam. Let's see the pass criteria. For CSM, it is 37 out of 50 questions should be right in 60 minutes. And for CSPO, there is no exams. Complete the profile Agile, Scrum Alliance profile. I think there is no exam as of now. And for PSM, it is PSM and PSPO, it is like 85% that you need to achieve out of 80 questions in 60 minutes. And for Scrum Master, Safe Scrum Master, it has 45 questions, and out of 45, you need to get 33 or 34 based on whether you are taking Safe 4 or Safe 5 track. And similarly for our product owner track, like if you are taking POPO4, POPM4, and it should be 35 out of 45 questions, that is 77%. And for the Safe 5 track, like you need to get 33 out of 45. And the time duration is 90 minutes. And for PMA ACP, it is 3-hour duration, 120 questions, and there is no definite pass criteria here because they are using the sound psychometric analysis to evaluate. And basically it means like the question set that you get determines the passing score. So the overall difficulty level of the question set that you get on the exam, that decides the passing score, right? Okay. And when it comes to the coverage, like all the other certifications that you see here, apart from ACP, all the other certifications are focusing on the Scrum. And PMA ACP, they are covering the other Agile methodologies also, including Lean, Kanban, TDD, and XP, along with Scrum. That's why I said it's not the foundation level certificate, right? Okay. And with regards to the fees, like I mentioned, for Scrum Alliance courses and the SAFE certifications, you need to attend the mandatory training course. So the fees for that depends on the training institute that you attend the course, and also usually the first attempt of the exam fees is included as part of your course fee. So you can check with them, check with the training institute near to your location. And for PSM, it is $150, and PSPO, it is $200. And for PMIACP, it is again the course depending, 21-hour contact class. For that, the course fee depends on the institute that where you are taking. And for the PMI members, for the exam, it is $435, and for the non-member, it is $495. Right. And again, one more point here, because there is quite a lot of training classes that you need to attend, and right now, because of the COVID situation, you may check with the training institutes whether they are offering online classes, and if that is the case, then you can attend the online classes and get these prerequisites done to appear for the exam. And I noticed that PMIACP, they are offering certificates. They are offering exams right now online. Before, we used to go for the Prometric Center to take the exam. Right now, we can take it from our home or office, wherever we are. So that is one additional point that I noticed. Right. The last one regarding the certificate renewal. So like I mentioned, the scrum.org is a lifetime valid certificate. So there is no renewal required. Apart from that, all the other certificates that is listed here is requiring some kind of renewal fee. Along with that, you need to show that there is a continuous educational points that you need to accumulate to get the certificate renewed. Right. For example, CSM, you need to get 20 Scrum educational units. Along with that, you need to pay $100. Similarly, for PMIACP, you need to, if you are a member, you will pay $60 along with 30 PDUs, and for a non-member, it is $150 with 30 PDUs. And SAFE, Scrum Master, and POPM, it is a 1-year membership, and the renewal fee is $100. Right. Okay. Let's see the current status and future expectation. Right. With all the changes that is happening in IT, the demand.
Sorry, Venkat. Is it good for us to kind of pause the flow for some time and ask if there are any questions for people? Because the previous slide, what you showed, has a lot of information. Yeah. So if we can open up the forum for questions, maybe take a couple of questions. Because I myself had one question in terms of, for the benefit of the others, as to what do you mean by SEUs? What do you mean by PDUs? Why do these certifying bodies have something called as SEUs and PDUs in place, along with renewal registration money? There is a price attached to it. It is not just that I pay $100 and I get my CSM renewed. There is a 20 SEUs clause as well. Why is SEUs important and what are they? That's my side of questions. If somebody else probably will have the same question, your answer will help them.
Sure. Right. So any certificate that we take, that is an ongoing activity. Right. And in the sense, like if we get the certificate, and we need to prove that we are continuing it by doing some kind of learning or offering back to the community. And by doing all these things, like for example, you can attend the webinars to gather more knowledge around the topic, and you can give back by doing some seminars, and like that you can accumulate the points. And if you, for example, if you go to PMI website, and if you are offering some course, or if you attend some webinars, there are some certain PDUs that is offered for those courses that you attended, right? So you can start accumulating it for the period of 3 years, because your certificate is valid for 3 years. So you can start accumulating from the day that you completed your certification, and you can use that when you are renewing the certificate. So you need to have that. You need to prove that you are in constant touch with this topic, and you are still in the same line, and by that you will accumulate these PDUs or ACUs.
Okay. So that's a great answer, because what they essentially look for, the certifying bodies, is not just money. They want you to be constantly within this, in touch with the agile fraternity or agile knowledge, so that you don't just invest $100 and just say, okay, next year I'll have to bother about this. I'll
Yes.
forget about it and do my own stuff. That is not the intent of the of you being certified. And obviously, as we say, you don't just do agile, you be agile. So when we say be agile, all these points, good things, whatever you mentioned, will come into picture. So yeah, thank you for that answer.
Also, there is one more thing. There is, for example, let's say you have completed PMASCP,
Mhm,
and if you are taking a SAFE certification, right,
mhm,
or any other certification for that matter, like sometimes they offer PDUs as well. If you are getting a
mhm,
training because you are attending the training session for CSM, the Scrum Alliance CSM, and also SAFE Scrum Master certifications, you are attending certain
mhm.
number of hours that you are spending and learning, right? For that, you will get some PDUs. Again, that you can use it to renew your ACP certificate,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Okay. So we used to
Any
do the same, Venkat, in APGI, just to give you a little, everybody a little history. All our conferences which you all attend, you used to get PDUs because we had a tie-up with PMI as well, and Scrum Alliance now. So for people who, almost 240 to 250 people attended our 3 years of conference on a daily basis, and all of them got those 2 days of PDUs. So they could have easily used that for renewal of ACP, or if they wanted a CSM renewal or some kind of a renewal within Scrum Alliance which expects SEUs, we used to give that as well. So I understand that. So how important it is for us to accumulate SEUs and PDUs, other than just about paying those renewal money.
yes,
Thank you.
right. Any other questions?
Hey, hi Venkat, Sundar here.
Yes,
Um,
Sundar.
yeah, so Venkat, I have personal experience, acquiring both the CSM certifications from Scrum Alliance as well as the professional Scrum Masters certifications from Scrum.org. I'm pretty keen to look more information about the SAFE one, which is the Scaled Agile Framework. I did see in your comparison chart wherein you have mentioned that the SAFE Scrum Master or the POPM, so still there is a mandatory two-day course. I have not gone through them. Probably just thought to pick up your brains if you have done some research about during this pandemic COVID. Are they still focusing on having a 2-day mandatory class to attend, or is that virtual wherein we can just register and go ahead with those safe agilists? I mean, just to start with them, looking for the primary certifications for safe. So if you have,
Right. Yeah. So, like I mentioned earlier, we need to check with the nearest registered educational provider for SAFE, Scaled Agile. You can log into their website, and there is different courses available, right? So for that, if you go, you can choose the educational provider, and if you get the contact details, I think maybe they in the website itself they have mentioned whether the online classes are available right now. I don't have the
Hey,
information
yeah.
right now handy, but
Hey, Venkat, I'm a SPC and I can validate that, right? I'm a
I
safe
don't.
program consultant, and all the safe classes are right now available online, right? So you can do right. All whichever safe classes are there, right? From safe agilist, safe scrum master, you mentioned LPM, right? All of
Yeah.
them are being conducted online.
Thanks for confirming, Rohan. Thanks for that.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
Can,
Thanks,
can I
Rohit.
add can I add something to that?
Sure.
Yeah. So hi, this is Rahul here. So basically what SAFE has done is like only if you are a silver partner or I think silver partner or I mean more than that, then only you can so then only SPCs from that organization can teach online classes. Otherwise they can only do the private SAFE classes, not the public ones.
Okay.
So they got a lot of feedback on that as well, because a lot of SPCs So they did their SPCs, but they could not teach the online classes, because for that you have to be in your, I mean, you have to be a silver partner, and for silver partner they charge a lot of money. So that's where a lot of discussions happen on that. But yes, you can take private courses, private trainings, not the public trainings, if you are not a silver partner.
Right. I hope that answers your question, Sundar.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Venkat.
Any further questions? Right. Let's move on to the next one. Right. So, what is the current status and future expectation? So, with all the changes that is happening in the industry, and the expectation, the demand have increased for the agile professionals, right? And because of that, like there is a quite a lot of demand for the certified professionals, certified agile professionals right now in the industry. And if you can see here, in there is one the 14th annual state of agile report. Based on that, they are talking about like there is even more agile in future. In the sense, right now they are sensing like the agile adoption by the organizations are restricted within development or IT operations related departments, and the expectation is to see the organizations adapting the agile across the organization. So when agile is scaled across this organization, everyone will get the benefit out of it. So that is one of the um, uh, report. And the next one that I came across is the World Economic Forum report. And as part of their job of tomorrow report, they mention like out of 9 emerging jobs in the product development, 3 of them are Scrum related roles, Scrum or Agile related roles. You can see the product owner, that is the number 1, and Agile coach is number 3, and Scrum master, that is number 6 as per their listing. So we can expect quite a lot of demand in Agile certifications in future as well. Right. Okay. Let's see some benefits when comparing to the certified and non-certified professional. You have the greater credibility, and it will be easy for moving up in the ladder, and you'll be considered you are keeping up to the market trends, market and industry trends. And also when you put your learning into practice, you can expect the higher standard of compensation, right? Apart from all these things, all these certifications will get you the global recognition, and that will give you the higher visibility, right? So that helps you stand out from the crowd. So that is some of the benefits of these certifications. And let's compare experience versus credentials. When we get the certifications, can we consider that as a success? Or let me give you an example. For example, I'm attending a CSM course with a trainer in the weekend, and immediately I'm appearing for the exam and successfully completing it. From Monday onwards, can I call myself as a successful Scrum Master? No, right? Because you need to have the experience, you need to have that, you need to make some mistakes and learn out of those mistakes, and by doing inspect and adapt. So we need to strike a right balance between the experience and credentials. Only credentials will not make us successful. We need to have the right balance. Right. Right. This brings us to the end of the session, and I have added some references from where I have collected all this information, and also few links, that is WizLabs, Udemy, and SimplyLearn, where you can attend some courses, and you can also take test in these links in these websites. You can use these links for the reference purpose. And also please check their websites for any updates. I try to collect all the latest informations, and I shared it in this. But if there is any updates in future, please keep visiting their website for any changes. Right. Any questions from anyone? Please unmute your line and let's discuss.
Hey Venkat, this is Vikas. Can you hear me?
Hi, Vikas. Yeah.
Yep. So it's a generic question though. I mean, how do you weigh in the value of each of these certifications against one another? I mean, of course, they offer the same thing like Scrum or Agile for that matter, right? But then there are different vendors altogether. How do you I mean stack their value, if I say, like which one is better, any preference, or at the end all of them are same?
No, because like I mentioned in the initial part of the session, we
Hmm.
are not recommending or endorsing any certification over the other. And first one, and second thing is like again that depends on your research. Please
Okay.
do your own research, and
Hmm.
also that again depends on your need. Like for example, certain organizations look for certification from a specific vendor,
Okay.
or again depends on the individual who wants to get certain certificates. Like for example, I want to be a safe certified scrum master, and I'll take that certificate. Again, it depends on the individual. So um, sorry, I cannot give you any
Hmm.
preferences from my end for that.
Hey,
No
can I pitch
worries.
in? Uh,
Go for it, Rohan. Go for
Hey,
it.
cool. Thanks. Yeah, so I also, did that study, right? So, but we can, and again, it's purely my analysis, right? So, I have seen geographical preferences, right? At times, US has a different preference, and Europe, I have seen, they have a different preference. That is one way of looking at it. The second categorization, which I see is about attending a 2-day class. That is one of the thing, or doing self study and just giving the exam. It is simply like we attend a college, right? So over there, if you attend a college, go regularly to a college, then the exam is a bit simpler, right? But like in India, we connect NEET or JE. They don't have any classes, right? So the only means for them to judge is to take a tough exam. So that is how I would classify between Scrum, Scrum.org, and Scrum Alliance. So Scrum Alliance says, just come to our 2-day class. We'll give you a very easy exam, and you can pass it easily. Scrum.org says that there is no exam, and they have real tough questions for PSM, PS2. It's like a going for an IIT kind of exam, right? So that is one of the things. And the third classification I see is whether you are doing Agile Scrum for a 10-member team or scaling it to a 500, 5,000 and bigger team, right? So wherever you see that there are some like Scrum Alliance, and maybe PMI SCP, or some other curriculums, right? They are for a sort of 10, 20 member team, right? 30-member team. But then there is an aspect of scaling. So when the aspect of scaling is there, of course, a lot of certifications are not mentioned, but Scrum, every group, financial institution has different kinds of certification. So scaled agile, right? It starts minimum with 50. Then you have Scrum at scale, right? And then you have Nexus, you have Spotify. All of them, right? So they are targeting a scaled audience. So these are the three broad things, which come to my mind. There may be many, but I hope, right, because that answers your question. How do you view at it? So
Yes,
I
yes,
would like
definitely,
to,
definitely that helps. Yeah,
I would
thanks
like
for
to
that.
add something.
Yes, Rahul.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say, so when I did my first Agile certification in 2013, what I did was, at that point of time, there were not too many in the market. But now, when I see there are too many certification bodies in the market, no wonder all of them are from United States. Uh, so I choose my certifications where it is difficult for trainers to become a trainer. So what happens is, uh, so like I'm myself is a SPC, and for me to become an SPC was a cakewalk. For everyone to become an SPC is a cakewalk. So uh, and there are some organizations, there are some certifications. For example, to become a trainer, you need to have a long journey. You have to have a lot of experience. So that's why I would say always pick where the trainer has some credentials in terms of the experience, rather than just a certification. Because I'm SPC as well, it was a cake for work for me to become an SPC, attend a 4-day training, and start teaching, and that's how I started. So, but to become a CST or even PSM, it's a long journey. So pick trainings where it is a long journey for the trainers, not an easy journey.
Thanks, Rahul.
That's a good point. Of course, we can open up for other questions as well. But one last point on this: the previous slide where Venkat showed with a striking balance between experience and certifications. Now that is, yeah, this is a powerful slide as per me, because what you, as you rightly said, the example was classic, where you attend the 2-day course, and after you come out of the course, you pass the exam, you're a CSM. That doesn't really qualify you, because I've been interviewing a lot of Scrum Masters for my company, and they are a CSM to the certification sake. And when we ask basic questions of what kind of mindset they have in terms of possessing the Scrum Master skills, they fail miserably there, because they keep talking about resources, reports. We don't like that language. Being an agilist, being in agile for about a decade now, I don't like people calling people resources. So that itself will tell that your mindset is not tuned in. Over a weekend, it is not possible for you to transform yourself into a scrum master. So have your experience, burn your hands, fail first. From there, you pick if you want really a job change or those kind of things. Again, what Rohan said makes sense in terms of geographically, whichever is feasible in your geography, you should possibly do that. For example, the PMP, when we were in PMP days, PMP was not prominent in Europe at all. It was only
In
prominent in the
US.
US and in Asia Pacific and India.
Yeah.
And here
Prince
it was
too.
Prince 2. Absolutely. Here it was Prince 2. And here, when I say it is UK. So nobody cared about PMP. So geography plays a very big role in terms of agile certifications as well. As Rahul said, predominantly it's a US controlled certification, US based certifying bodies. But slowly things are opening up. Here in the UK, if I have to give you the straight market trend, PSM is holding a lot of value versus CSM at the moment, because people are realizing the depth of knowledge you get in PSM over CSM. But as Venkat said, that's a great disclaimer. This session will not really endorse or push you towards one particular certification, but what it enlightens you into is you assess the right balance, because whatever certificate you do, ultimately if your base, your foundation is empty, you will not fly high, you will still fall down. So just ensure your experience is great, your foundation is strong, Then to enhance and prove your learning and credibility, you can do all sorts of certifications, etc. Right? And obviously, as all the benefits that Venkat has mentioned. Great.
Thanks.
3 minutes to go.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone?
No.
Right. If no further questions, I'll hand it over to Sri. Before that, I'm sharing my email and my LinkedIn profile. If you have any further questions or if you want to discuss related to Agile and Scrum, please share your questions from your queries to my email address. I'll try to respond. And also, please share your feedback. Sundar Akasi, if you can post the UVCT link, maybe participants can give their feedback about the session. And I hand it over to Sri. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Venkat. I personally felt it was a nice takeaway that our participants have had today, and their 60 minutes of time today was definitely worth it, which we will get to know. I just wanted to, before I go into the review of this course part, these are the few future talks that we have on APGI virtual series for this year. Like the next session we have is on the 25th of October, where we talk about DOR, DOD, and acceptance criteria in detail. We've touched upon those in our introductions and different other places. You might have heard it yourselves, but this session will give you an in-depth knowledge of what a DOR is. Where will that come in the Scrum framework? Will that really come into a Scrum framework? All those kind of bits and blobs will be discussed by one of our other eminent speakers who are actually on this call. I will publish that who's on this call. I will publish all these talk sessions on UVCT. UVCT, I missed thanking them at the beginning of the session, but without UVCT, this wouldn't have been possible. They kind of joined hands with APGI and with my own channel, which I run every month. So they provide an online web hosting platform like how we are doing now with a Zoom host license for you. So I would urge, if anybody has got something similar in your agenda, please go to UVCT or get in touch with me. I'll put you through to the MD of UVCT who can help you with. These are the future sessions that we are coming up with. So watch out on uvct.com where you registered for this session as well. As I promised, the last slide from me before I let you go. This is my cell phone number, and you can WhatsApp me, you can Telegram, do whatever is feasible. If you want to contribute towards this community, Agile and Scrum, and be a part of APGI, then please ping us in. We will bring you onto the group, and possibly if you want a stage for you to speak, this is the environment which we can create for you so that you can feel free to use this platform to speak, share your knowledge, and possibly grow in your professional life. All right. Any more questions? Anybody? Before I let you go, if you had question on whether this content is available for you, whether this call recording is available for you, yes, it is available. You go back to UVCT, click on this session, review the course. As soon as you review the course, you have a star rating and you have comments. That's the retrospective for my team here, for my speaker team to improve, inspect, and adapt, based on which you will get access to the call recording of this call and the content which you're looking at right now. All right. With that, I would like to thank each of you. Great to have you all on board. I look forward to speaking to you, all of you in the near future. Stay safe, guys. Thank you very much.